Hello, my name is LaShawn Lee and I own NC Style Salon. And if you're watching this video, then you have received our emergency color curbside pickup, which looks like this. This is the pack that you should have received at the curbside with your individual color formulated just for you so that you can apply it at home. Okay, so we are going to show you how to do that. So here's the kit. It should look like this, and it's really cute. You're gonna open it up, and it should have everything that you need inside. Okay, so most of you have never done this before, but that's okay. I'm gonna guide you through it. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up and show you exactly what you have gotten in here. Okay, so what you should have received is everything should be inside your bowl, which looks like this. Okay, it should look like this. All the stuff should have been in the bag. So you have a brush, and this looks like a paintbrush because you're going to paint the color on. Okay, and a lot of times I did this at the salon, but you are going to attempt to do this so it'll guide you through for the next few weeks. So this is what you should have received: a brush. You should have received a menu, instructions, and you should have gloves, 2 of them. Okay, you should have color, which is numbered, and it says number 3, and your developer, which also says number 3. You should have number 2, which is your color blocker. If some of you have dark hair or dark color, some of you may have light color, but it sticks to your skin, you always get a little color blocker from me. It's just better for you. You also will have some sort of clip or something in your kit to hold your hair back, depending on how long your hair is. Okay. The Q-tips, which is going to help with the color blocker, or you can use your finger, either way. Or you have mascara wands, because some of you have really short hair. Some of you have long hair, but these are really good for around the hairline or things like that. And then you should have the bowl itself that you are going to put the color in, okay? You should have all those things in your kit. If you don't, message me. We'll get some of those things to you, okay? You should also have a dark towel. That way, when you are shampooing your hair, if you have dark color, it won't stain your light towels. You should also have on a button-down shirt or a sports bra, a tank top, anything like that that won't get color everywhere. I'm also doing the color in the bathroom, so that way, once I apply the color, I'm gonna hop in the shower, and once it's done processing, shampoo it in the shower. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is grab our instructions, which say thank you and be safe. I'm gonna open those up, and it should have all the instructions specifically for you. Some of you will have a little note that depending on your color formula, you may have to apply water just to make it a little bit more semi-permanent. Okay, but this is a permanent color. I'm gonna be doing permanent color on my hair. So, because I do have gray. Although a lot of you don't think so. I have gray. So, but we are doing this as a demonstration only, so that's why you don't see a lot of my gray. So, I'm gonna go through the instructions with you. Must apply the color to dry hair. So it's just easier for you to do this at home, to have dry hair, because you can stand in your mirror and you can part your hair, and you can apply the color with your brush to dry hair. Now, some of you already have wet hair. That is okay. If you're more comfortable with applying it to your wet hair, that is okay. That is okay. It will still work the same. I feel as though it is easier if you are doing this on yourself to do it with dry hair. So you must apply this color to dry hair, part the hair from ear to ear and down the natural part. Now, some of you have curly hair, and it's already curly, so you can use a pick, and you can immediately start to just kind of loosen your curl and start to pick it just a little to just kind of loosen the product that's in your hair already. Excuse me. The allergies are getting to me. So if you don't have a comb, you can use the end of this to part your hair down the natural part. So we're going to part it down the natural part, which is, this is my semi-natural part. Always the same side is where I like to part it at. And from ear to ear means from ear to ear. So we are going to go from ear to ear, because that is the best place where you can really see your gray if you need to color it. Or if you're doing this yourself, it's really easier for you to look at it in the mirror, you know, just to get the most important parts. So we are going to part it on this side. And I have short hair and it's a lot easier to part, but some of you have long hair. Don't get discouraged. Just take your time, use the end of this, or use a comb or a brush. Brush works really, really good on dry hair. And what you're gonna do is use this clip to kind of clip it back away. So that way you can see exactly what you're doing. And if you don't have this clip, these also work really, really good. And you can just kind of take your long hair and just kind of clip it. And you can see kind of how I have parted. And it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? And that way you have your part down your natural part so that you can see exactly what sections that you need to be coloring. The most important parts. Now, some of you have long hair. This is not enough color to color the full extent of your hair. So if you don't need anything down your natural part, you can do your hairline, you can do around your ears, you can do around the back part behind your ears, also the very, very back. So that way, if you pull your hair up a lot, you can color just those important parts. Maybe those parts are more important to you than someone that has short hair that's just gonna do around the hairline, someone that pulls their hair back, someone that wears their hair in a definite part. You wanna do the most important parts to you. It's just that I only give you enough color to do what we call a halo effect, okay? Which is maybe not some of us, this halo, okay? So you're gonna just kind of pick and choose what you need to do. So what you're gonna do is now you can go ahead and put your gloves on. Let's see, let's read number 2. I don't do good with directions, hold on. Take color blocker, apply around the hairline and ears. So before you put your gloves on, you can take your Q-tips, and number 2 on the directions is number 2 on your bottle, okay? Which is your color blocker. That's gonna keep the color off of your skin. Those of you that stain really bad, if you have a light color, anything that is blondes, medium blondes, sandy blondes, anything like that, it may not stain your skin, but you get color blocker anyway, just in case, so it doesn't irritate your skin. So you can take your Q-tip or your finger, and you can just kind of dab that in there like that. And what we're gonna do is apply it to the skin around your hairline, because this will keep the color from getting on your skin and staining your skin really bad when you shampoo the hair. Especially if you have a really dark hair color like mine. And you can use it all the way around. Wherever you're going to apply the color, you can apply it everywhere where your skin is, and you can rub it in. You can rub it in on your ears, because sometimes if this is your first time doing this, you may make a mess. But this is the best way to not make a mess on your skin. And so I'm just kind of using my Q-tip. If you prefer, or you can use your fingers. It's just a really good oil that keeps the color off of your skin. Okay? So even if you have a little bit left, save it. Save it in case you have to do this again. Okay? So you want to save these things. You want to save your brush, maybe possibly your bowl. Just save a couple of these things. The color is the only thing you will not be able to save. After 24 hours, it loses its potency. So You will need to be able to use this color in between 24-hour time period. So that way it has the most potency if you have very, very resistant gray. Okay, so then after you have done that, then number 3 says you can put on your gloves, because we are going to now, you have prepped yourself, and we are now going to be able to apply the color. Now these gloves are one size fits all, and you can, if you can save them, save them. Sometimes they rip because they are disposable. And if they rip, they just rip. Don't worry about it. We'll get you some more. Don't worry. But if you can save them, they're just going to save you from having to get more gloves, and you'll just have extra ones. Okay. So then you're going to take your, then it says number 3, you're going to put your gloves on, mix your color and your developer. So here we have it. The color, which is supposed to be yours. I have already looked up the color for you, and it should be specifically for you. And your developer should be on your color chart, so it should be specifically designed for you. Your packet should already have your name on it. It should already be packed by the time you get it. So this is formulated, your prescription formulated just for you, okay? So you take these 2, and then you're gonna take your bowl, and you can take your brush to kind of scrape out every little thing. What you can do is put your color in first. It doesn't really matter. Your color or your developer. Apply it to the big bowl first. And you can use your brush to scoop it out of here, okay? Because it's gonna look really like jelly, okay? I don't know if you can see that. See that? And then, because most of you don't see me mixing this, your developer. We're going to empty that into the bowl as well. You should have just enough. You can still use your brush. You can still use your brush to scrape everything out of there, okay? It's very important. This stuff is very important. So you get it all in here, okay? And then what you're going to do is kind of mix this. Make sure it's mixed all together. It's going to kind of look like pudding. Depending on your color, it may look like ketchup. You really won't be able to tell what it's going to look like in the bowl. It looks very different in the bowl than it does on your hair. So you can see mine kind of looks orange, almost like mustard, but it's going to be dark as my color. And that's why I say you just get just enough to kind of tide you over. Now, to some people, this is a lot. To some people that have really short hair, you might be able to get this all over your hair. So please don't throw this away. If you have more than just around your hairline, you can take this and rub it into the back. You can rub it into the back part behind your ears. You can have someone help you and just rub it in just like shampoo. If you need it to be a little bit looser, if it needs to be a little bit more liquidy to rub into the ends of your hair, then you add just a tiny bit of water, and then you're gonna remix it, and then it will come a little bit more watery. And then that way you can add it to the back of your hair or to pieces, to ends and things like that to really make it stretch. But when it looks like this, that means it's ready, and it's ready to be applied to the hair. It should have kind of like a little strong smell. So if you do have an area where you can open up a window just a little bit, have a fan, open up or turn on a fan, that would be good, just to be able to give you a little bit of airflow where the color, when you're mixing the color, because sometimes it does smell a little strong. So what we're going to do is take our brush, and now we're going to start to apply the color that we have, okay? So what we're going to do is apply it to, I'm taking the end of this again. Go ahead and part it on my natural part, and you just kind of dab it in like you're going to paint. Do you see that? You just kind of keep dabbing it on. You want to dab it directly onto the hair. Directly onto the hair. It doesn't matter if you get it on the scalp. Directly onto the hair. And you can kind of take your fingers and rub it in just a little. Just a little. Be careful of this hand, because you now have color on it, okay? So that's why you need to have your towel towel also. Here we go. To dab it. So you can kind of take it on this side and we're gonna dab it. And it's almost like you're painting right there at the root. And if you do your part first, it makes it a lot easier to now come front and do one side and then the other. Your hairline is very important, so you want to do that first. And you can always rub that back into the hairline. That's the best way to keep it off your skin. But remember, you already have the color blocker. So some of us can see back here. So see, we've already got it separated. So we're just kind of touching up the root or wherever you see the most gray. And so for me, it is right in the front. But I'm going to get all of this. And you always want to brush the hair back into itself so it doesn't get all over. So you can kind of take this and now you can separate it. You can go in between. And if you notice, I'm using fingers and the brush to really be able to brush it in. And it makes it easier when the hair is dry for you, because once you put the product on, it becomes wet. And then you can maneuver it out of your way. You see that? So I've now done one side, and so we're now I'm gonna just kind of push my ear out the way and just kind of brush this in back here where my hairline is, around my ears, on this side, just around my ears. So now we're gonna go to the other side. So we've already done that. So what I'm gonna do is right here, to kind of keep it separated, there we go. So you see how it's separating? And so now we're going to do right in front where the hairline is again, brushing it back away from your face so that way you don't get color all over your face and your eyes. Now some of us have to wear our glasses for this. It's okay, just put your glasses on, apply the color, and then once you apply the color, you take your glasses off, wipe off the edges around the ears that you have applied the color with a paper towel, and the color will come right off. So we're gonna do right around our other side of our hairline. I'm brushing the hair back away into itself because it just colors the other parts of the hair while you're doing your hairline. And as you can see, the color still kind of looks bright, but it's starting to turn dark like this side because it's starting to oxidize and it's starting to turn into its true color of what is going to be on your hair, as you can see. That side compared to this side. And so just like on this side, I'm gonna get some on top of right there above my ear where my hairline ends, above my ear. So now we've done the other side. On your instructions, it says that you can massage it in with your fingers. If you still have more that you want to cover, you go in between this section. You can go right in between the root. My hair is pretty short, so that's why I'm getting it kind of all over my hair. Some of you have really long hair and it'll be easier to see just the root. where your gray is. I'm also going to fold my ear down here and color it right behind my ear. Also pushing it back with my fingers into itself. I know you're going to have color on your ear, but don't worry. You have color blocker on your ears and around your hairline. So all of that is going to come off. I'm going to go in between. Use my finger to separate it because you already have color on your fingers. I'm not touching anything else except for I keep dabbing. Keep dabbing the color, the brush into the color. So right there at the root, you can kind of massage that in. So if you have a really good mirror at home, use your magnifying mirror. If you need it, it makes it a lot easier. The first time it may feel awkward, but don't worry. There is no wrong way to do this. As long as you don't get color all over your bathroom, you should be fine. Your main objective is to hit the high points where your gray is, where you're really trying to make sure you're covering up the gray. Right in through there is where most of mine is, and I'm gonna massage it. And you can kind of massage it down the root a little bit to get all the root. If you need more color, then that's when you go back, and we're gonna kind of get more color out of here. We're gonna use all of this color. Do you see that? I'm kind of scraping it. Use all of that, okay? So we wanna make sure that we really have the important parts. So I've just done my roots only. I've rubbed some color through the ends, but not a lot. Some of you have color left. At this point, I have done just around my face, and you may have that much left. My hair is short. Some of you may not have that much left. Whatever you have left, you can use it wherever. You can take your brush and take a piece of your hair. A nice big piece like that. And you can really extend the color all the way through to the ends. Take it just with your fingers like that, all the way through to the ends. That is pulling pieces through. You can use the color for right here on the back part of your neck. If you pull your hair up a lot, I'm gonna take one piece right here and pull color through. We're gonna pull the color through all the way through. Use both hands. We're just touching just our hair. So some of us would like to go ahead and put color through the back. Now I've kind of taken the brush and we're gonna squeeze the rest of this color out. We're gonna just lay that to the side. Lay that to the side in the sink somewhere. We have just this much left. We're gonna take that, just that much left, and we are going to rub the rest of this color because we don't want to waste it. We don't want to waste this color. So we're gonna rub the rest of this color that I have left on the back part of my hair. So we're gonna massage it through like just as if it was like shampoo. Because I've pretty much so, and then we can kind of still push this back away from our face because now this is going to have to process For my color is a permanent color, so it needs to sit on 20 minutes. Depending on your color, you will get instructions. If it's a semi-permanent, it's 10 to 15 minutes. Some people's color is permanent color, so it's 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how much coverage you need. The 40 being the longest that you can leave it on. After that, there is no more potency. You should be taking it off. That is probably about the longest that you can leave it on. You can see around my hairline that it has some color. The gloves here, you have color on them. So what you should do is go ahead and rinse your hands. Rinse your hands really good. If you're trying to save the gloves, rinse them really, really, really good. Rinse the front and the back. Use a paper towel to dry them off, and then they will be okay. You can also use these gloves to shampoo your hair. If you have dark color, I advise you to use these gloves inside the shower to shampoo your hair because it will stain your nails. Also, you can also take the color when it is time for the color to come off. Take the color and you want to rub it into your skin because it will allow it to come off when it's time to come off. So from here on out, we are going to take our towel and we're just kind of clean up some edges. Just clean you up just a little bit because it's now have to sit on. Once you get it on, once you get it kind of cleaned up, you can use your shower cap, a plastic cap to cover it just while you're processing, or you can just sit just like this while you're processing. After 20 minutes, I'm going to shampoo and condition and style like usual. Thank you all for watching this video. Thank you all for your purchase. I hope this helps you. Talk to you soon, and everybody stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.